Good morning, friends, and welcome to this unexpected little pop-up reading we're doing today. Quick advice, and I am changing things up. I so enjoy meeting with you guys here, and so I'm going to be doing shorter, more frequent lives so that I can hit people at different times of day, different situations that are going on, and keep it exciting for all of us. Hey, Christina Rose, so glad that you're here. Thank you so much because I'm switching things up and I want to be available more frequently for shorter readings. And so when I looked at the thumbnail for today and I saw the rain, and I thought about how rain can disturb some events and it can also bless some events depending on what you're going through. And so let me just draw a card and see what is it that your guides have for you this morning, my dear Christina. So we have in reverse, which to me always means just pay particular attention. It's as if this card has your name written on it. So what we see here with this firm foundation, Christina, is that there is something that is going on with you that's causing you to question everything. In a way, I look at the figure's head hanging down, and remember, gender has no importance here. It's the message, the energy of the card. And so I'm aware, where's my pointer? I'm getting myself organized. You guys should see my house. I am like totally transitioning everything. And now I can't find some things, but I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm going to use a pencil as my pointer. But when we see the repetition of triangle here, and we see the triangle in the rear and the triangle in the front, and then sometimes you hear about that saying that says between a rock and a hard place, right? And so I feel like universe wants so much for you to know that you are where you're supposed to be. Yes, you are trapped, Christina Rose, between a rock and a hard place. Isn't that true? But when we look at this triangle here, what it is, it's red. It's red, which is family of origin issues. And so I feel like the universe is calling you to a realization that what's going on right now, this mountain that you're climbing, is to create the most firm foundation that you have ever known. That this foundation that's coming your way is going to change everything. This fact figure is not wearing a shirt, and it's just that vulnerability. And the figure is in denial a little bit, not wanting to look at what's coming ahead. And I believe your spirit guides want you to know you need to do what you need to do. I'm so glad you're doing neurographic art. Those of you who don't know, I call it doodling on steroids because there's a way of moving your energy with doodling. And I love it so much. I've been using it myself, and they call it neurographics. But here, I feel like a neurographic drawing using triangles could be very helpful for you. And also, if you have any issues going with your lower back, just to be attentive to that and do some gentle stretching and just keep everything flowing for you physically. As you build this firm foundation, Christina, you're going to find that a lot of things make sense to you. Your story, as far as I've known it for the last year or year and a half, I know you've been through one challenge after the next. And part of you may think, I don't want to have any more of these challenges. And again, I look at our thumbnail, the rainy day. It's possible that a rainy day can be the biggest blessing of your life, okay? So go forth and prosper, my friend Christina. I wish you only the best. And there's a word from the Bible I want to use right now. It's called Selah, Selah, and it means pause and calmly think about this, okay? So I pass that to you, my friend. Absolutely. When you're going through a hard time, I know I've been through that myself, where people say, "Oh, you're so strong." And you're like, "Look, there was no other choice. If I don't depend on the divine in this particular situation, I'm sunk." So, who else would like to have a card pulled for them on this real quick little reading here? For those of you who are here, there's no accidents. put your question in there and I'll pull a card for you, okay? What would you like to know? How can I lift your spirits today? And while I'm waiting for someone to step up and tell me, I know that people come and go from these readings. And so if you just tuned in right now, this is your reading. I'm going to read one for the collective. And if anybody else wants to have a little piece of wisdom, a little bit of quick guidance, just let me know. Okay, so for the collective, everybody take a breath. You know how they say, don't pray for patience because what'll happen is you're going to get a test? I love that one. It's so true. And it's not the divine that gives you tests, and it's not other humans that are doing things mean or causing you to have an upset. Not at all. What it is that life's along. Like life comes to us daily with different things, and often, in fact, all the time, we cannot control what life puts on the table in the morning. You have to find peace with it. So as I look at this figure and I look at these orbs and this energy, I can see that you're going through some things that are pulling you in a few different directions. And I feel like you're waiting for this piece of magic to come out of the heavenlies to give you what it is you're looking for. However, look at this. Can you see that this little seed is already a full blossom? And this is the idea about living as if. Let's say you're waiting for a new position, or let's say you're waiting for a new love. You are aware that it is in a seed form because you can't see it yet. But in imagination, you can see it fully grown. This is what's called living as if. So if you're waiting for something to develop, you don't have to stay focused on the seed. Not at all. You can see in your imagination that it is full grown. Okay? So now what we're looking for here is people who can resonate with the idea that we have agency with our imagination, that we can use it whenever we want. Hey, Miss Janice, welcome. And so, what's important if you're going to follow the law of assumption is hold in your mind the full version of what it is that you're wanting. Okay? And now I see I do have a question from Suhitha. Hi, Suhitha. You've been here before. Number 2, in future, I get marriage, my person. Okay, so wanting, and again, with a thumbnail picture today, we have that picture of a couple dancing in the rain. And so, what I would say is for you, Suhitha, it's important for you to open your mind and your heart when I pull this card for you. And then, Janice, I'd be happy to pull one for you. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be doing more frequent live readings just because I want to and I get to choose. Okay, so Suhitha, my dear friend, what I'm seeing here is that your heart is aching. Okay, Suhitha, I feel the ache in your heart and the desire for marriage. And as I look at this card for you today, rest and rejuvenate. And it's the number 4. And 4 is the number of stability. Okay, so I know that I know it's very difficult to wait for something that you want so badly. My heart goes out to you, Suhita. But what this card is showing is that by seeking your own sense of love within yourself, that you take time to create a relationship between you and the divine. Even when your husband comes, even when you receive a marriage, that person is not going to be able to meet all of your needs. I know that's hard to hear sometimes, but the truth is that no human is meant to be God. And when we want another person so badly sometimes, we can make the mistake of thinking that once I have my person, my life will be perfect. Now, anyone who's listening who's already married, they would tell you that's not true. And that as you learn to depend on the divine for your love. Look at all this green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. So I feel like the universe is calling you to get to know yourself primarily through meditation. I'm listening to I use an app called The Way, and it's Henry Schuckman. It's definitely worth taking a look at, The Way, because he's teaching me how to find my own source within. And when I'm feeling loved by spirit, other things don't bother me. Now, why is that important when you're looking for love, Suhita? Because it's irresistible to be with someone who is at 100% peace with themselves. Okay? When you are at peace with where you are, you become magnetic. And again, this is only one card, a quick little glimpse into what's going on for you, Suhita. But as you ask yourself the question, where's my husband? Where is my partner? When am I going to get married? Take these very questions into meditation. Seek the source within. If the moment you start to release your desires, things will start to come together for you, okay? I know it's hard to hear that sometimes. Let's take a look at Miss Janice. And thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. This is Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we're all about reaching to the depths of our own being to find the relationship with our higher self. This little statuette, I love it so much because I see this as the human Catherine. And inside of me, and a huge part of me, is my divine self, my future self that is always reaching to comfort me in any given day. But if I don't receive the love from my future self, then I will be lacking in energy for that day. And so that's where we are. I'm just going to put this, I like that to sit here. Let me move this over. So when you're looking at my setting and I say love deeply, guess what? That's not about another person. That's about you loving yourself. Also, some people might wonder why I have a lizard up here today. And that's because the lizard is an animal that it can lose its tail and grow a new one. And I love that lizard energy because if you lose the old story that you tell yourself about what's possible, you give yourself the chance to grow a new story. So, Miss Janice, let's draw a card for you. You know what you're needing. You know what you would love to hear. Let's see how the universe is drawing you to this moment, my friend. Okay. So, Miss Janice, I'm wondering if you have recently had a breakup or that something has happened in a relationship that has disappointed you. Because I'm seeing this figure, it almost looks like it's falling down the stairs. Again, gender doesn't matter. That this person is running from something. And then I look over here over the shoulder and I'm seeing a fight. So I'm just wondering, Janice, are you at a place where there's been conflict? Okay. So as you turn away, now this is a lesson, everybody who's hearing me right now, if you have had a disappointment in the past, this reading is for you also. Breakups are very, very difficult. And when you have to, and this might be true for you too, Sohitha, that you may have had a heartbreak in the past. And so as we stumble away, right, we're stumbling away with our hurt feelings and we're going towards the light. Again, Spirit is guiding this. Look at this orange beam protecting the figure. So, Janice, there's something going on with you right now where the divine is actually putting you on pause. The divine has a sense that if you would draw somebody to yourself right now, it might repeat a cycle. And you may feel like you're stumbling, but we're stumbling into the light. When I look at this little candle glow, imagine how different that amount of light is compared to the sun. So it looks like you're being tempted, that you're being drawn to want to be away from all that conflict, but it's not strong enough to help you at the moment. And how does that happen? By discipline. Discipline. When you think of the people that have hurt you in the past, I would definitely do a scribble technique. You know how I teach the scribbling technique? You guys, if you haven't seen the scribbling technique, I'm going to use it right now to demonstrate. So let's say you have somebody in your past who did a lot of fighting. Now, if you grew up in my family, you would have seen that it's my own parents that did fight, 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 like all the time. And it caused me to feel very anxious. So, Janice, that might be part of it for you. But what you want to do is hold in your mind somebody that's hurt your feelings or a relationship that has not worked out. And then you think about it and you think of the pain that you saw. Grab a pencil and you start to scribble. You don't have to say it out loud, but your thoughts might be, I hate when they fight like this. I hate it. I hate that they're so mean to each other. I hate that he was so mean to me. I hate that he cheated on me. And you let yourself say these things and scribble, scribble, scribble. Now, what happens is this is like journaling for dummies. I mean, no offense, but you don't have to write thoughts down. Just by scribbling and scribbling and scribbling until you're finished. Okay, you'll know when you're finished and then stop. And then you can actually burn this piece of paper. You could tear it into small pieces. You could destroy it in a way that feels comfortable for you, and that will release you from some of this energy. Remember, everyone, you can only rise to the occasion of a fresh new love when you have cleansed yourself or cleared yourself of these anxieties from your past. Okay, so my dear, who am I talking to here? Janice. Janice, you've come to me for a lot of readings over time, and I'm sensing that this is something you do not want to go back to. That in your next relationship, you want it to be mutually respectful and you want your person to get you. Okay, so write that down. I am willing to wait for someone that gets me. Okay, all of y'all, anybody that's listening and wishing that you could find love, remember, the only goal is to find someone who gets you. That really enables the universe to work in mysterious ways. Now, at the top of my page here, it said 99. So I would say for you, Miss Janice, please look up the angel meaning of the number 99, because I believe that there is a message for you in that. Okay, moving forward, I have a couple more minutes. I'm doing shorter lives for a while just because I want to shake it up and do something different. So it is remarkable that you are here right now, that you're here right now listening to these readings. This is for you. So we have, okay, so we have a no contact situation with a DWIP. And so this card that I'm going to draw is for anyone who's in a no contact situation. Got it? Somebody, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. I have a couple of family members that have put me into no contact because they don't really agree with who I am. It makes them nervous that I read cards. And so I can't force them to enjoy my work. But you guys that are here for me, hi Bhargavi, welcome. But you all who are Pooja, my dear friends, you guys who come and visit me here, you're as close as family to me because you know what? You just accept what it is that who I am and what I'm offering. I appreciate that. I'm not creating a list today, Bhargavi. I'm only here for 20 minutes, and this is going to be the last card. I'm going to come more often for shorter readings, and the people that are here first are going to get those live readings. But as for this is for Dweep, and this is about no contact. Okay, you guys, anyone here that's in a no contact situation, look at these protective orbs, a circle and an oval, which is the egg shape. So as you are holding this person, this the card is fertility, but you have to be careful what you're growing. What is fertile? Are you growing a fearful sense of this person is separate from me? Are you fixated on the person and you're just recreating your own misery? Your thoughts bring about your mood. Your thoughts bring about your energy. If somebody has put you into no contact, you have to realize that in their mind, they are protecting themselves. Now, you may not be harmful to them and you may not see your part in it, but you were trying to grow something that is not in both of your highest good. You're trying to create a relationship where there's no seed for it. This person who stepped away from you, they are creating a new reality, and the light around their mind does not include you. And I don't want to hurt your feelings. I feel sad about it because it's hard. But what you always have, please remember, you have the capability of forming a relationship with your soul, with your inner being. Get clear, get confident, know that you are loved so deeply, and a new seed of love, a brand new seed with someone who gets you will be delivered to you. Remember, learning how much your inner being adores you is going to give you so much peace of mind. Okay, my dear friend Tweep? Okay, you guys, that's it. I'm checking out. I will be checking in at lots of different times, so please do subscribe so you can see when I'm coming up live next, and I'll see you next time. I love you all so much. Bye now.